40 years ago today, the Cleveland Indians had 10-cent beer night. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
And were forced to forfeit the game due to drunk and unruly fans. This is the first I'm hearing of this. That is funny. You can't have 10-cent beer night at a baseball game.
Holy shit.
Now what? They cut off beer sales at what, 6th inning? Something like that? What inning? Do you know offhand?
No, because in the Legends section, Opie, I just can go walk into
the
bar area and just buy beers.
Right.
It's magical.
I love how they justify that they're being responsible with their beers.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, okay, everyone's going to sober up in an hour and a half after pounding beers in the parking lot before the game and all the way up to whenever they cut them off, which I think is around the 6th
inning.
Right.
10-cent beers.
And then when they cut you off anyway, they tell you beforehand that it's last call. And
so
then
you
just
double fist
order a bunch of fucking beers and you can sit there,
It's the theme. It's the theme of today's show, which is a theme we go down, we do a lot. It's all bullshit.
It's all just bullshit.
So the beer companies could say, look, we're doing this responsibly.
Yeah. It's more the presentation. It's more the symbolism over the substance.
Right.
It's just fucking bullshit.
You think that people have drank a little more than they should have at 10-cent beers?
10-cent
beers.
Is there a news story? I would love to see the news story because of the Cleveland Indians thing from 40 years ago. Let me say hi to Dr. X in Mexico. Dr. X.
How you doing, man?
Hey.
Boys, I was at a game probably about 10, 15 years ago. Cardinals-Astros. They cut us off around the 7th inning stretch, 8th inning. But, you kind of know it's coming, so you start pounding them and pounding them, pounding them. I'm sure we got a little drunk before the game. The game went into almost 18 to 20 innings. I can't fucking remember. But imagine a whole stadium full of assholes, drunk, starting to get hungover, starting to get ornery. Nobody wants to leave because it's an incredible fucking game. And about the 18th inning, just the aisles covered with puke, piss, ornery motherfuckers, man, and not a damn beer in sight.
So you sat there easily for another 3 hours after they cut off the beer.
Oh, no, it was longer than that because you know what happens? They start bringing in a left-handed pitcher for this one guy.
Right.
Out there, warms up 15 pitches to throw 2 strikes. Then they get another guy.
Oh, my God. So you have to start getting a hangover.
Oh. It was beyond a hangover. I mean, you're looking for anything. You're looking for some guy with a small, little side booze and none of that,
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. X. We found the clip on the 10-cent beer, so we want to play this for the people right now.
Everybody, my name is Bob Golick. Now, you might know me as a 3-time Pro Bowler who played here in Cleveland, at the old Cleveland Municipal Stadium.
No.
You might know me as Mike Rogers, the RA, and Saved by the Bell, the college years.
Oh.
You also might recognize me as this guy's older brother, his muse, his inspiration, the man who taught him everything.
Nope.
Now, I'm here to tell you about 3 things that I love: Cleveland, sports, and beer. Now, when I was growing up, Cleveland made the national news a couple of times.
Cocks and balls.
Once in 1969, the Cuyahoga River caught fire because of pollution. 3 years later, our mayor, Ralph Perk, his hair caught fire. Hell, everything was catching fire, except the Indians. They weren't that good. On May 29, 1974, the Indians lost a road game to the Texas Rangers. That game included a bench-clearing brawl and Arlington fans throwing beer and food at our Indians. Now, after the game, Rangers manager Billy Martin said he didn't worry about retribution in Cleveland because, quote, they don't have enough fans there to worry about.
God, this is the good old days.
6 days later, June 4th,
you can't say that now.
I want to
there'd be a
apologize.
convergence of forces that would draw fans who wanted to stick it to Martin and the Rangers. 10-cent beer night.
It's brilliant.
$1, you could get a ticket in the bleachers for 50 cents and 5 beers. It was cheaper than the bar.
Since you were able to drink at 18, that brought a whole different and a younger crowd to the stadium.
Oh, my God.
Now, I was only 16 and I couldn't drink, so why go to the game? But we had over 25,000 fans willing to spend pocketfuls of dimes before the first pitch was even thrown. 12 ounces of cheap beer was about to start 9 innings of trouble.
Holy shit, what a brilliant idea to fuck with the Rangers.
Who flashed the crowd with his shirt up, and then the guys who ran across the field, father and son team, and they dropped their drawers and mooned the crowd. had come out to try to kiss Nestor Shylock.
He's hammered.
I remember one guy jumping out of the third base stands with his clothes in his hands.
I'll never forget, he tried to get over the fence, and he had no 2 black socks, and when he came down, the cop had one sock in his hand and the other sock was on the guy's foot.
By the third inning, the bleachers were loaded, literally. And trouble was a-brewing at the beer trucks that were brought in for the occasion.
They were just clearly understaffed. They had 2 girls working that. One was collecting the money and one was trying to pour the beers, and it just wasn't working. The tensions were rising, and they picked up one of the tables and just threw it right over the truck. And her and the other girl just walked away and left the truck there.
We just start filling up our own containers. And some people flip the handle of the tap and just let it flow right into their mouths.
By the 5th or 6th inning, there were, 15 or 20 people jumping out of right field stands and 20, 30 people jumping out of left field stands and running back and forth in between innings.
The first half of the game, frankly, we're having a great time, laughing at all those antics, but suddenly it started to get serious. They started throwing cherry bombs into the Rangers' dugout.
Blatant stupidity.
I must have had probably
There's no video of
15 or
this?
20 pounds of hot dogs thrown at me at that first base. The one memorable thing I had thrown at me was an empty gallon jug of Thunderbird wine. I thought this is not all fun and games now. It's kind of gotten a little past the serious stage.
These kids were so drunk, the game really was not important.
Well, the fans might not have cared, but the team still did. The Indians had come from a 5-1 deficit to tie things up in the bottom of the 9th. But the beer fog had grown too thick. It was a powder keg full of designated drunks about to blow. One inebriated Indian fan lit the match when he came at Rangers outfielder Jeff Burroughs from the bleachers.
I just wanted to get his hat. So I ran up behind Jeff Burroughs, and I had it in my hand, and then I dropped it. And so I went down to pick it up, and I looked up, and he looked at me, and I said, "Oh, hell." He kicked me right in the thigh, and he stumbled and fell down from the kick, and then the fans just really started pouring in.
Now there's another group of morons running around in the outfield.
Billy Martin said that he thought that Burroughs had been knocked down, and so he gets a bat and says, "Boys, let's go get him." And then, the Rangers are defending themselves against this mob coming in.
Now it's a full-scale riot. There has to be 200 people and more coming on the field.
Had it not been for the Indians players coming out to help us, it had been a real tragedy.
Hargrove has got some kid on the ground, and he is really administering a beating.
Really administering a beating.
One of the Indians players, Tom Hilgendorf, got hit with a piece of a chair.
Oh, this is absolute tragedy. I have never seen anything as disgusting as this. I haven't either.
I saw
With punches
knives.
thrown, bottles flying, and 3 bases stolen, umpire Nestor Shylock took a chair to the head, stopped the game, and declared a forfeit for the Rangers. With the 50 security personnel overwhelmed, the Cleveland SWAT team was happy to pinch hit and finish the game their way.
We had riot sticks with us. We had to swing them. We had to use force sometimes.
That got control of the situation.
This is so
Everybody's
old school.
gone except for 15 teenagers standing on top of the Rangers dugout, chanting for the Rangers to come out and fight. And so I went up there and asked them, what do you want trying to prove? Because the Rangers are gone. So some kid behind another one reaches out and punches me right in the jaw. He didn't even stagger me. He hit like a girl.
So all told, there were 9 arrests, numerous injuries
Only
caused by
9?
the melee, and the 3 bases stolen by the fans never were returned. So what do we learn from this? Well, an organist playing Take Me Out to the Ball Game will not calm an angry mob. People can change. Terry Yurkic, the 19-year-old who grabbed Burroughs' hat, grew up to become Citizen of the Year in Richmond Heights, a suburb 20 minutes outside of Cleveland. And 10-cent beer night is a bad idea. The Indians learned their lesson and swore never again. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is Cleveland, man. They tried it again a month later. I love this town.
Wow, they tried it a month later. I had never heard of this before.
That is a
There's
great story.
Yeah, if Sam goes to YouTube, there's great video of this.
Really?
Yeah.
We have to piss and
holy shit.
Remind us for tomorrow because we're
Ricky
moving.
Hervis is coming in.
We're moving into Ricky Gervais territory, but find the really good clips for tomorrow's show, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's great.
That plays like an SNL skit, doesn't it?
The way it just got worse and worse. And the guys coming up with more and more outrageous ways that they got hit or hit somebody.
Let's get them, boys.
And Billy Martin grabs a bat and says, let's get them, boys.
And you imagine you would be thrown out of baseball.
You'd be in jail.
In jail.
You would be in jail, screwed being thrown out of baseball.
Oh, my God. He grabbed a bat and said, let's get him,
And
boys.
there's a great picture because there's no video.
Yeah, there is. I'm telling you.
There's video from the fans or video from the broadcast?
From the broadcast.
Oh, so I guess ESPN, for whatever reason, couldn't use the video.
Yeah,
because they have stills.
They're talking about like what they're gonna.
Oh,
it's great. You should just watch it right now.
We don't. I have to take a leak. So does Jimmy. So we'll either do it after Ricky Gervais. I don't know how long we got Ricky, or tomorrow. Definitely. Okay. I had no idea about this. Never heard of this
shocked
before.
you guys didn't know about this.
No, I never heard about this one. All right.
Before your time.
Yeah. Well.
Nice cotton shoes.
We'll take a break. I believe Ricky Gervais will be on the radio with us next. Stay there.
Relax. The Opie and Anthony Show will be right back on Sirius XM.